Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a post on Instagram where a plus-sized gymnast is performing various gymnastics routines, and the comments have a total meltdown. Some people say being plus-sized is preventing this person from properly doing the routines, while others are supportive. We're going to read comments from both sides, as well as take a look at a follow-up clip where she addresses many of the backhanded compliments that she's received, so be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. The caption reads, "First competition bar routine with no spot. Highest personal bar score even with a fall." Okay, I feel like we were supposed to do some flips or something. Was that the entire routine? I feel like I could do this. I'm not trying to be mean or non-supportive. I want to be very supportive of gymnastics, of course. That's what I'm known for. A big gymnastics supporter I am. It's looping, by the way. I'm just watching it again. Okay, that was pretty cool, but I feel like we were supposed to do some kind of like flip around the bar or something. I'm actually known for my gymnastics commentary, so just hang in there. We're gonna see her do a half twist around gainer flipper. Alright, so there's the clip of this person performing a gymnastics routine on the bar or whatever. Now let's take a look at the comments. Actually, first let's read the description. First ever competition bar routine with no spot. I fell on my back hip circle because I lost my form, but I still got my personal high score on this event anyway. You got scored on that? Okay. My dismount was so good too. I'm proud of my old self. It was also my first meet at age 36. Let's go! Okay, so she got her highest score ever from that routine. Jay Geo says, "Do you think it's fair to say that you cannot do this?" Okay, that's not a very supportive comment, but I honestly felt like I could do similar moves on this bar, and I've never ever been on a gymnastics bar, or whatever you call this. I don't even know what you call this, and I feel like I could do that. And I'm not trying to be a jerk or whatever. I don't want to be seen as a gymnastics non-supporter. That is not the look I'm going for. I don't want you guys to think that about me, okay? You can think whatever you want, XYZ, this, that, and the other thing, but don't you dare think I don't support gymnastics. I do. I do, goddammit, okay? Calm down. This person says, "Lord, grant me the strength of this bar." Okay, a lot of these are going to be mean, and I do not support that. I'm just covering this story. The story is, this person is a gymnast, and people are freaking out about it. So I'm covering the story. I don't support people being mean to this person. This person says, "I learned a couple things here. Those bars are stronger than I thought, and they make those outfits in 4XL. This person says, "The comments did not disappoint." Here's a supportive comment. Here's the thing. Does this young woman think she's going to be in the Olympics? No, she doesn't. But more importantly, is she doing something that she enjoys? Yes, she is. And that is what we need to support. I agree with that. I don't think people should be mean to this person, and if she's doing something that she enjoys, such as adult gymnastics, then we should support that. It's never too late, apparently, to go take up gymnastics. This person is 36, and That's also an interesting angle of this story. She's an adult that decided to go and do gymnastics. Let's see what people say in response to the supportive comment. People agree. This 100%. People are so awful. And then this person responds by saying, not everything is for everyone. Once we accept that, the world will be a lot more honest and better. This person says, you're just wrong. Do whatever makes you happy and doesn't hurt anyone's rights. Here's another supportive comment. She's out, she's exercising, she's not giving up. Who are we to judge? Love to see it. Keep it up. This person says, the bar is made of adamantium. Is that the stuff that Wolverine's skeleton was made out of? And the X-Men? I think so. You can't break it. It's unbreakable. This person said, was scared the bar was going to break. Those bars are really strong, and they're all flexible and stuff too, so. This person says, I'll never understand people making fun of someone that's putting in the effort. Keep working hard. I agree with that. When people are out there doing what they love, minding their own business, it's not nice to make fun of them for that. This person says, I did not know we were still allowed to do this. I'm 36. I want to do gymnastics. All right, so she's inspiring some other adults to take up gymnastics. I always wanted to be able to do a flip, but not enough to go through the entire process of doing gymnastics and stuff. I don't want to do all that other crap. I just want to do a backflip. Can you guys just teach me that? Although it would be cool as hell to be able to run and tumble and do a bunch of like backflip tumbles and all that cool stuff. That's really cool. I'm not willing to put in all the work though. I just want to do like a flip real quick. Just hit me with the 10-minute do a backflip advice because I have other shit to do. I'm sorry. This person says, I want my new relationship to be as strong as that pole. Well, you better treat the pole right then, huh? Sorry about that. That was just a little joke. This person says, Moms, it's okay to tell our kids no sometimes. This would be one of those times. She's 36 years old. Don't let the leotard and the pulled back hair fool you. Doing gymnastics makes us look all young. People think she's a child. This person says, it's funny. Most of these people couldn't even have the guts to walk into a gymnasium. Keep killing it. This person says, one thing is for sure, that red is definitely your color. So we do have some supportive comments, a pretty good amount of them. This person says, people are so foul and ignorant. Good for her trying something new. I hope she keeps at it. You only get better. This person says, she literally accomplished leaning on the bar and letting go of it. All right, so some people were supportive and some people were not. A lot of people were making fun of this person, which as I said, I do not support. I will say that was a very interesting routine, and I didn't see a whole lot of flipping or anything like that. Let's take a look at the next clip. The caption reads, my feet did not like this dead floor, so I did not do the flip tonight. Okay, we've got Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid, I believe. Under the sea, under the sea. Life is better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Sorry about that. So I don't know that song. Some kind of like stupid ass Disney movie or some crap. I think maybe. Okay, so she said the reason she did not do the flip is because of the dead floor. I don't know what that means. It looks like one of those gymnastics floors that people typically tumble and do flips and stuff on, so I don't know how dead it is. I also don't know what that means, if I'm being real. Okay, I think you were supposed to do a backflip right there. The cartwheel was pretty dope, though. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen anybody laying on the ground like this and rolling around. Oh snap, the headstand, son. Headstand with some leg kicks, okay. Okay, I think there was supposed to be a backflip right there as well. Although the floor is dead or something, so... I love that little, where you throw it back. Okay, so her feet didn't like the dead floor, which is why she didn't do a backflip. She would have done a backflip if the floor was alive or something. I don't know what it means when a floor is dead. I have no idea. But I am learning that it prevents you from doing backflips. Is that why I haven't been able to do a backflip all these years? These freaking floors around here are dead. That's the problem. Okay, all right. Let's read the description and then take a look at some of the comments. These walls are dead, this floor is dead, the ceiling is dead. I can't get shit done. The description reads, first floor routine of age 36. I think they meant to say at age 36. I did not like this floor at all. It had some dead spots, meaning no bounce and no foam under the floor for cushion like most gymnastics places do. Oh? I did rush some parts because I had to change the direction of my passes due to the poles on the floor. I still feel like I did a great job anyway. My cat leap full turn was better this time, so there is a plus. Your cat leap? Okay. This person says your feet don't like the extra 300 pounds you're carrying around. Okay, so they seem to think that her size is what prevented her from doing the flip. I still like the dead floor theory. And I'm sticking with that. I'm using that as an excuse for everything from now on. Geez, Cynical, you could barely even jump back there. You jumped like 6 inches off the ground. The floor was dead. The floor was dead as hell. Yeah. I need a living floor. I need a living, breathing floor to jump off of. This person says, did a whole bunch of nothing. I kind of feel like we did all like the accessory movements, but none of the main flips and stuff. I feel like these floor routines are mainly about the flips and only partially about the little sassy little routines that we do in between the flips, right? Like typically these floor routines are mainly about all these crazy flips, and then there are little sassy movements in between, like a little bit of oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Oh. But then we get back to the flipping and stuff, right? Like the flipping is the main thing, isn't it? Her whole routine was just like sassy movements, like, oh, I'm gonna prance like this. I'm gonna do a little thriller prancing. Thriller, that's only part of the routine, though. They're supposed to be flipping and stuff too, right? Sorry about that. So this person says, I'm sorry, but the whole point of floor gymnastics is gracefulness. Gracefulness, if you don't look graceful, it just doesn't work. Plus, don't watch this while you're eating. You'll lose your appetite. All right, that's not very nice. This person says, you can comment on her weight all you want, but at the end of the day, you probably can't do a handstand or cartwheel, and she can. I can do a cartwheel, but it looks terrible. It's awful. I have to be honest. My legs go all crazy cattywampus and silly. I look like a dumbass. Stop judging me. My headstand is dope, though. I could do a headstand all day. That's whatever. That was interesting when she busted out the headstand. Like, she didn't do a handstand. She did a headstand where you, like, balance on your head and then you put your arms like that. I've never, ever, ever seen anything like that in a gymnastics floor routine, because you have to stop moving entirely and then just start, like, propping yourself. It doesn't go, like, with the fluid movement of the rest of the routine, you know? I've also never seen anybody lay on the ground and roll all around. Like... in a gymnastics routine. This person says, blaming the floor like it's the floor's fault. Yeah, that's pretty silly to say it's a dead floor. It's whatever kind of floor they use for gymnastics. This person says, genuinely, what are you doing? This person says, I'm so mad at the comments, ? She's literally an athlete. She's literally trying. There were question marks at the end of that. You don't want people to be overweight, but shame them when they're active? Make it make sense. So that was written in the same manner as some people that speak where everything ends in an upward inflection, like it's a question. I'm so mad at the comments. I don't know, are you? I don't know, there's a lot of question marks there. She is literally trying? Is she? I don't know, you seem confused. There's a lot of question marks. This person says, unfortunately, some sports are only for certain people. Well, I would say that different body types are more suitable for different activities. That's true. That's why a lot of gymnasts have a very similar physique, because that physique is what works for their sport. In fact, most sports have a certain type of physique that goes along with it. This person says lose 200 pounds and your feet will marry the floor. This person says just jumping and flopping around. That's kind of what I got from that. I don't want to be mean, but I'm just literally talking about the actual gymnastics. There wasn't a whole lot of it, I felt. I felt she was just jumping around and prancing and then rolling around on the ground and stuff. Like I said, as far as I know, these floor routines are mainly about all these crazy flips and stuff, and only a little bit about the sassy movements where I look all sassy at the camera and go like this. You know, that's only like 10% of the routine. Okay, so those were some of the comments from that routine. That one I found particularly interesting because she didn't do any flips or anything. She just kind of rolled around on the ground. She said she didn't do her flips and stuff because the floor was dead. There's no way that floor can be as dead as I am inside. So I don't want to hear any excuses, okay? That's just a joke. I'm so happy. The caption reads, I love all the apparatus in gymnastics, but vault will always be my first love. Okay, did a little flipperini there. Let's watch that again. I was kind of spacing out. Okay. All right, I feel that was pretty good. I would feel sketched out about trying to do that, so. The description reads, vault will always be my first love in gymnastics. Today was the first time ever vaulting with the springboard on the real vault in 19 years. I usually use the mini tramp. It felt great and I'm proud of myself for not getting scared or chickening out. No, that was pretty good, and you did a little flip over the front there. That looked like sketchy to commit to, like it would be scary, you know what I mean? You really got to commit. Now we're going to take a look at a couple of comments. This person says, did you notice you took a step? I don't know what they mean. Did you notice you took a step? Hold on. Yes. This person says, you scared me because I thought your arms were going to give out. Okay. Are we concerned or are we being a jerk here? And then she responds by saying, well, they are doing well. I love how he responded to that, like, nah, my arms are good. This person says, I wish my kids' gym would offer adult gymnastics. They are pretty busy with team girls and rec classes as it is, but maybe someday. Yeah, I bet a lot of adults would like to do gymnastics. I just want to learn a backflip, dude. I've always thought all of the floor routines and all of these bar routines and all this stuff where people do all these crazy flips was really cool and required a lot of talent. This person asks, genuine question, can tall girls do gymnastics/do gymnastics well? I'm 5'8", but would love to try some of these skills. Just scared of smacking the ground. I don't think that 5'8" is too tall to do gymnastics. We've seen a lot of supportive comments on various posts that we just took a look at. Now she's going to be complaining that a lot of the compliments she's received were backhanded.
Okay. Let's talk real for a second. I'm getting a lot of insults, well, like backhanded comments, especially on Instagram of all places.
Not Instagram.
About comments on my videos. Wow, she's really flexible. That's impressive, especially for a big girl. Just leave it at, wow, she is flexible. That's impressive. Or
okay, so a lot of the compliments that you've been getting, you consider backhanded because they always add for a big girl or whatever onto the end of it.
Wow, she's really strong. I can't believe she could hold that handstand that long. I can't do it. It's doubly impressive because she's heavier. Just say it was impressive that I held it. It doesn't make it impressive that I'm bigger than some people that are doing it. It's impressive because I have so much passion and heart into a sport that you normally do as a child, and I'm doing it as an adult. I just happen to be heavier. Oy vey.
Oy vey indeed.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so she says that a lot of the compliments that she's been getting are backhanded. Instead of people just being like, wow, that was a really impressive routine, they'll say, wow, that was a really impressive routine for a bigger girl, or for a larger person, or I can't believe you held that handstand because of your size. Like, people keep adding because of how large you are onto the end of every compliment. A lot of those are backhanded compliments, but I think if somebody's heart is in the right place, I just take the compliment, personally. I see that you were trying to be nice, I think, so I'll go ahead and accept that. I'll assume that's what you were going for. Now let's take a look at some of the comments on that post. This person says, you are not only physically strong, you are mentally strong. This person says, love, and there's a heart. This person says, be real and take the very obvious filter off. We want to see your beautiful face. You don't need to use all that fake crap. Just be you. Okay, so I think some of these people are like following her for other reasons, for their own personal reasons. This person says, you're pretty and very talented. Keep it up. This person says, I saw in one video that you said vault was your favorite and you did it before. Were you a gymnast when you were younger? This person says, then why use a filter? You are not being real to yourself. This person says, I get what you're saying. You should be seen as strong and capable on its own, not despite your weight. On the other hand, you do have to be so much stronger than someone who's 120 pounds to do the same moves, simply because you're moving more mass. Your strength and power in that respect is extra impressive. I think that's part of where these comments are coming from. Yeah, and I don't think that we should be offended by that. If we're lifting a lot more weight to accomplish the same movements as other people, that is impressive. This guy says, girl, I'd put you through the bed. You look good as hell, and you're you. Okay, so a lot of these people are following her for their own personal reasons. So there she was, getting upset that people are giving her backhanded compliments. I think a lot of them aren't intended to be backhanded. People are genuinely impressed when someone can lift more weight or able to do various things at a higher weight. People are genuinely impressed by that, so not all of those actually were backhanded compliments. Now we're going to be taking a look at one final bonus post. What happens to muscles during weight loss? Reduced muscle mass, atrophy. When in a calorie deficit, the body breaks down muscle for energy along with fat. Reduced metabolism. Because muscle is metabolically active, losing it means your body burns fewer calories at rest. Why would your body eat the muscle before the fat that it's stored as energy? Weakness and fatigue. Reduced muscle mass can lead to lower strength and stamina, making daily physical tasks feel harder. Fat infiltration. As muscle shrinks, fat can infiltrate the muscle tissue, leading to a loss of quality even if the muscle size doesn't decrease significantly. The description reads, I am constantly asked why I am not on a GLP-1 or some other diet pill to help me in my weight loss journey. I want to address the reasons for my personal journey. Many people take GLP-1s and other diet aids to assist them in their health journey, and I know it works very well for them. My journey being for me, personalized and unique to my wants and needs, does not require the assistance of these drugs for my health journey as of right now. I don't know why the first letter of every word is capitalized right there. I work hard to maintain and gain strength, so I really do not want to have to rebuild the muscle I would lose from rapid weight loss if my body is healthy, other than being at risk for health conditions due to my body size. What makes you think that if you lost weight, you would lose muscle? Like, I would lose weight to help me with my athleticism, but then I'll lose all my muscles. Like, what? I know many won't read this, and many others will claim what I am stating is incorrect, but my sources come from information given to me by medical professionals. Thank you. This person responds by saying, GLP-1s aren't a cause for muscle loss. Eating in a calorie deficit while not maintaining muscle is a cause for muscle loss. People who lose weight from any method can lose muscle. Aging and not actively maintaining or building muscle will cause muscle loss. People need to stop spreading this myth that it's a direct cause of taking a GLP-1. It's also not a magic tool. If you take it and just eat less of the same crap you were eating before and don't exercise or change any habits, it probably won't go well. For diabetics or people with insulin resistance and a host of other issues, it can be a lifesaver. I hate seeing misinformation spread that could prevent someone from using something that could literally save their life. This person says, I agree with your sentiment. Pills and such will often help get results quickly, but the weight loss will be more difficult to maintain, especially because you aren't attaining the results through your own work. Alright, and in that final clip, she said she doesn't want to get on a GLP-1 because it can cause muscle loss. According to my research, yes, GLP-1 receptor agonists such as Ozempic, Wegovy, and Zepbound, never heard of that one, can cause significant muscle loss, often 15 to 39% of total weight lost due to rapid weight reduction and reduced calorie intake. This loss is not necessarily a direct drug effect, but a common consequence of rapid, large-scale weight loss. Either way, we don't have to use a GLP-1 to lose weight. There are various lifestyle changes that we could make if that were our goal. Most people doing various types of sports tend to train their body to be as good as it can be for that particular sport. I don't agree with any of the comments making fun of this person, but I will say I feel like we could do a hell of a lot more backflips if we were in a body that was more aligned with gymnastic activity. I worded that so nicely. Was it really the dead floor that was preventing us from doing several backflips? It looked the same as any other gymnastics floor to me. But I'm gonna be using that excuse myself moving forward. The reason I can't do a backflip is this freaking floor is dead. That's the problem. So what do you think of the clips that we just saw? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.